Hello, but welcome back to the United's Way for our Manchester United News Roundup show. Again, this is pre-recorded. I know it looks like it's a live, but it actually is a pre-recorded video. Basically, what this is, and I'm sure many of you know, is where it's going to be the roundup of pretty much the latest Manchester United news that you'd see that's popular for say. So Thursday, the 11th of January, 2024, is the news we're all going to get. So it is new, and we'll get it. Well, it'll be kind of a thing we'll be doing all the way up until the end of January, or maybe after, depending on what happens with Manchester United. There's always news about us. But again, sit back, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let us know your thoughts on the latest Manchester United news. If we did miss anything, again, let me know, like I always say. But we will start off and discuss about Jadon Sancho. So, again, this video was meant to be out earlier on today, but I had audio issues, connection issues. So, yeah, hopefully this is all good. It's the best I can get. So I do apologise. But look, Borussia Dortmund have announced Jadon Sancho has joined the club on loan. Jadon Sancho then came out and said, "I'm back." He also said a few words. A few words. He said, "When I came into the dressing room today, I felt like coming home. I know the club inside and out. I've always been very close with the fans here, and I've never lost contact with those in charge. I can't wait to see my teammates again, go out on the pitch, play football with a smile on my face, prepare goals, score goals, and help qualify for the Champions League." Manchester United say they wish Jadon Sancho their best wishes for the remainder of the season, or Manchester United words our best wishes for the remainder of this season. Again, for me, it's like Sancho is kind of, how do I say, hitting back at Manchester United, back home. I mean, you say something like that if it's a permanent deal, not a loan deal. It's not even a loan to buy; it's a permanent deal. And he's coming out and saying that. So, I mean, look, for me, listen, like personally, unless Ten Hag gets sacked between now and the summer, even at that, I would be very surprised seeing Jadon Sancho back in a Manchester United jersey again. Trust me, there is a good chance. There's not a good chance, but there's a chance, that he could be back in a Manchester United jersey come August, September. Again, there's probably more of a chance of him being back in a Man United jersey if Ten Hag isn't around then. Again, I back Ten Hag on this one. I do think Ten Hag, he came out after the match against Arsenal, got asked a question about why Sancho was in the squad or something like that. He came out, said what he had to do, and then Sancho comes out being a little spoiled brat, I'd say, and coming out with a tweet. And again, I don't want Sancho playing for Manchester United again, not after the way he acts. I had high hopes from when he came in, when we signed him. I mean, look, for me, the manager, you never argue with your manager. It doesn't matter who it is, what you're working as, what you think of it. There's no argument there. There's none of that anyways. Like that's just big. Dortmund are contributing 3.5 million euros and up to 4 million euros and add-ons subject to appearances and success for Jadon Sancho's loan deal. Again, Laurie Whitwell came out with a few things, from Ralph Rangnick and all that. He said Ralph Rangnick felt Sancho was one of the players most responsive to his methods in training and talked up talent in his notoriously frank media appearances. Yet he also saw a need to publicly challenge him to replicate his consistent character displays on the pitch during the game. Again, Laurie will also come out and say during a media briefing at the warm weather camp in Spain, Ten Hag referenced Sancho's need to work on a combination of physical but also mental issues, a revelation which did not sit well with some at Old Trafford. Ten Hag did not have permission from the player or his representatives to discuss the matter. So again, I remember the time, I think it was last season, Ten Hag gave kind of Sancho time away out of the squad to sort himself out physically, mentally, get himself back on the good track. And Ten Hag brought him back, put him to the squad again, tried to get him back to the gist of things. And then obviously that happens as well. So, I mean, Sancho definitely hasn't helped himself. And Ten Hag, probably feels a bit let down because of, he has tried to help Sancho and Sancho just wasn't taking it. Ten Hag felt his comments are supportive of the player, while Man United believed that to offer no reason for his absence would have fueled speculation. The manager reiterated that Sancho was not fit enough the following month, repeating that it's physical, but physical is also the connection with mental. At Man United, Sancho's response was viewed as tantamount to accusing Ten Hag of lying. After a permitted leave of absence during that month's international break, player and manager met at Carrington to try to resolve the difference of opinion. Ten Hag showed Jadon Sancho videos of the final training session before that trip to Arsenal, a practice match between what would be Man United's starting 11 and a shadow side, including Sancho, designed to imitate their North London opponents. The manager was unhappy with Sancho's application in the session, particularly with his pressing. Sancho disagreed, but following the meeting, further talks were held over how the manager should be resolved. Man United wanted Sancho to delete the post and apologise to Erik ten Hag. That apology would then be publicly communicated. Sancho did delete the post, but pushed back over the other element of the proposal. The talks to reconcile the player and manager ended without a resolution. There is a speculation at Carrington that Sancho's salary of more than £200,000 per week has been reduced due to him not being part of the first team picture and the subsequent loss of image rights. His contract allegedly has a clause which links that proportion of his salary to being a member of the senior squad, although this is also disputed by Jadon Sancho's cap. In any case, that salary meant a permanent departure in this transfer window was always unlikely. There are staff who recall Sancho after requiring some coaching attended the Man United Foundation, where those in attendance were taken back by the number of questions he had and his enthusiastic interest in the work. Others have sympathy with Ten Hag's hardline stance, which will have been informed by matters predating September's fallout. Timekeeping, for example, has been a consistent issue for Sancho, as it was during his first 4-year spell at Borussia Dortmund. So again, Sancho's been a big problem, not just at Manchester United. He looks like he's a bit of a pain in the backside more since coming to Manchester United. But Dortmund, timekeeping seems to be a big problem. So he seems to be, I wouldn't say spoiled little brat, because again, people be saying, you call them names. I call him all names. But Sancho for me, like I said at the start, I had high hopes from him. He signed him. He looked like a player that would get his head down and get stuck in, but unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. So yeah. Let's see. Last season, members of Ten Hag's staff began setting Sancho's daily schedule to start at least 1 hour earlier than the rest of the squad. This initially had the desired effect, although only initially. Some senior figures at Carrington believed that despite Man United trying different methods to get the best out of Jadon Sancho, whether that be through incentives or punishments, concerns over his attention and focus have remained. The consequences upon the manager's appointment was that the squad he inherited from Solskjaer and Rangnick required whipping into shape through strict rules. A more disciplinarian approach from the manager's office was at least partially credited with United exceeding expectations in Erik ten Hag's debut season, which saw them finish third to qualify for the Champions League and win the Carabao Cup, the club's first major trophy since 2017. So that's from Roy Whitwell. And again, a lot of it's actually, when you really actually look into it, it's actually interesting. It is interesting to see, because again, most of it we could have wrote ourselves, without even knowing what the whole side of the story was. But it's how do I say? It's interesting because Ten Hag, like I said, I back Ten Hag on this one, and I don't want Sancho playing for Manchester United again. No attitude like that. You get chances, Ten Hag. I mean, I remember what Rashford or Garnacho was late for meetings and all that at Manchester United. I'm sure he got a bit of a punishment. Rashford slept in, got a punishment, and these are, well, obviously, Rashford has kind of went downhill, since last season. But Garnacho was up this game. Sancho's just, like one of them kids where he's spoiled. Then when he gets shit or whatever, he doesn't like it, and then goes and does something wrong and goes to be a bit of a sourpuss over. So for me, again, as you can see, he will wear the new number 10 for Borussia Dortmund. Got to be the number 10 for now, anyways. again, I'm kind of glad he's gone, but for me, it's funny. It's actually not funny, but it's sad to think that he could outlast Ten Hag at Manchester United. By the time Sancho comes back, we could have a new manager and Ten Hag will be gone. And I hope that's not the case. I really, really hope that's not the case, that Sancho comes back and Ten Hag is gone, because, but again, I still don't want Sancho to come back to the squad. He'd really, again, there's a chance. There is a chance, but I really hope he's not back wearing a Manchester United jersey again. I'd rather him go. I have a feeling I can see him going, to be fair. I can see him maybe going to, he may go back, he may Dortmund try and make that a permanent deal, depending how things go. He may try to go back to another team in the German league. He may try to go to the Saudi league, to the French league, to the Spanish league. He may try and head there. Or else, again, I can't see a team in the Premier League being interested in him. Maybe Newcastle, but even at that, I doubt they'll be looking at someone like that, especially with what Newcastle United are trying to do. But again, that's the news about Jadon Sancho. Let us know what you think about it. And can you see him being back in a Manchester United jersey again? And what's your thoughts on the loan, the 6-month loan to Man United from Man United to Dortmund? Let us know. Now we're going to move on and talk about Hannibal Mejbri. Mike Egan has said Hannibal Mejbri's loan from Man United to Sevilla is to be announced as complete. Alex Cook has also said Hannibal Mejbri's loan move to Sevilla is done. Then Fabrizio Romano has also said Sevilla keep pushing with Hannibal to agree and respect the variable pact, as they want him on loan from Man United as well as Everton. Buy option and buyback clause also confirmed as part of potential deal. Mike McGrath has also said Hannibal Mejbri's loan from Man United to Sevilla to be announced as completed. The deal has progressed and he did not play AFCON to sort out his club's future. So again, I'm going to be honest with you, I really don't want Hannibal to go out on loan. I don't really want, but I'd like him to stay. But again, he's not really getting a lot of game time at Manchester United, even before Erik ten Hag came in. Again, is he in the plans of Manchester United and Erik ten Hag? If is he in the plans of any future Manchester United manager as well? Personally, I don't know, but I do think Hannibal can be a good player. He's young, passionate, aggressive. He wants to, impress his teammates, the fans, the manager, the management. He's going to try and impress, but it just doesn't seem like he's in the plans of Erik ten Hag at this moment in time. Again, it's only a loan. I'm not sure if it's a loan with an option to buy, but if it is, Manchester United can recall him back. Even if he does go on a permanent deal, I think Manchester United will try and put a recall clause or something like that back into the contract. Again, I didn't want us to get rid of Zidane Iqbal, we did, nor James Garner. Alvaro Fernandez, obviously it's only a loan deal, but still. And Hannibal Mejbri, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of that either. But look at Anthony Lang wasn't in the plans. Manchester United smashing him first. Hannibal, I would have preferred Hannibal to go on loan to Everton Premier League team. Maybe that would have given you a gist, right? He is in the plans, but when you go, obviously I think it was his decision. He picked Sevilla, so it's interesting to see. Does Hannibal want to be a Manchester United player in the future? It's going to be interesting to see. But that was a question that I'm going to ask you, and I want you to answer. Do you see Hannibal Mejbri, being a Manchester United player in the near future? Can you see him leaving? Personally, in the position he plays in, which is in the 10, the Bruno Fernandes position, or some would know more as, you have Mount, you can play there, Eriksen, you can play there. We do have players who can play there, and it's it's not like he plays DM or defense or even the wing, even striker. I think he can play on the wings, but his preferred position is the Bruno Fernandes position. But again, let us know what you think about Hannibal Mejbri. Now we're going to be in, and just a quick one. Alejandro Garnacho has got the Manchester United Player of the Month. Well in, he's been smashing it so far this season. Manchester United. He's young. I mean, you have to love Starboy. But again, let's give a bit of appreciation for Alejandro Garnacho, the future goal. But again, let's talk about Ten Hag targets Ajax star who goes by the name of Brian Brobby, who is, I think, 21 years of age. He's a striker. So coming out from the mirror again, take it with a pinch of salt. Trust me, it's Erik ten Hag is keeping tabs on Ajax striker Brian Brobby as Man United begin to plan their summer transfer window. Again, this may not happen. This may be, absolute fluke, crap news, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to say. But I just don't think Ten Hag should be looking at Ajax players. I think he should move out of the Dutch league totally. Like, look at the Dutch league and just look away. Because, yeah, Leach has worked, well, so obviously I can only really, I can actually only judge Lisandro Martinez on his first season. And he didn't play full season, but before the injury he had, he was smashing. So I can safely say Leach, the signing, Leach coming from Ajax, man, that's worked. Anthony, not really looking great. Hopefully it can improve. I just don't get Ten Hag still. He's trying to go back to Ajax players. Yeah, he probably knows. I think we were linked to Brian Brobby when Ten Hag first came in. The first summer Ten Hag came in to manage Manchester United, permanent manager, obviously. I just wouldn't be a big fan of Brobby. I think, personally, for Ten Hag's safety, I'd be looking elsewhere because, who else are we going to sign? Are we going to try and bring in Tadic as well? Like, what else are we? Is Ten Hag trying to do there? Personally, I just don't know why Ten Hag keeps looking back. It doesn't really fill me with confidence as well that he's looking to Ajax. I don't think they have a lot of good players. I think since Ten Hag left Ajax, I've gotten kind of ripped apart, haven't they? Arsenal coming in, West Ham coming in, Manchester United obviously coming in. A lot of clubs have came in. Bayern obviously buying Delhi. Obviously, I don't think he wasn't playing much with Ten Hag Ajax when Ten Hag left Ajax. So again, it'll be an interesting thing. But let us know what you think of Ten Hag keeping tabs on Brian Brobby. Is it good? Is it bad? What I wouldn't want Brobby. He doesn't fill me with confidence, and I just think for Ten Hag's safety, he should just say, yeah. Again, this may be rumors. This might not be true, and I look at it and I kind of can't see it being. But then Ten Hag in another way, I kind of think, yeah, well, maybe Ten Hag might want to go in for it. But again, let us know what you think in the comments. But again, that has been the Man United News Roundup. Again, we'll have one on Friday as well, which is tomorrow, whatever day you're watching this, Friday the 12th. So again, we'll have to preview on Friday the 12th as well, or Saturday the 13th, and we'll have watch along on the Man United Tottenham watch along on Sunday. But until then, like, comment, hit that big red subscribe button, and follow our socials, links in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.